Okay, so I kind of forgot how to do this. We cannot shame ourselves into change. We can only love ourselves into evolution. Welcome everyone to another episode to start off the new year with Talks with Kiya. I'm your host, Kiya, and I really hope that you clicked on this episode because you want to just become the best version of yourself in 2025 and really just get your life together like me. I mean, tell me right now if you went back to my other two episodes that I uploaded. I feel like I'm leveling up, and 2025, this is the year. This is our year. Me and you. This is our year. So I'm going to tell you how to start off the new year very, very, very strong, and how to continue that all the way to December with some tips from me, because New Year's is like my second favorite holiday after Halloween, of course. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so starting off strong, I want you to know that this episode is all about changing yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, but in a healthy and happy way. And I think that when you're trying to accomplish your goals, the best way to do it is when you're the happiest and when you're the healthiest, and that's when results are gonna come like you like money, like gas, all right? So 2025, for me, I'm calling it early. It's all about moving in silence. I'm not telling no one what I'm doing. And I want you to do the same. So in this video, I'm not going to really talk about my personal goals moving into 2025, but I will definitely share what I did last year at the beginning of the year and how that translated to the end of the year and how I got my goals. And that's going to be a theme, moving in silence, is throughout this episode. And if you're a little confused on how to do that, don't you worry, because that's what next week's episode is. Wink, wink. Hashtag pre-recorded. Yeah, guys, 2025, it's the year for podcasts. It's the year for my podcast. So stay tuned. Before we get into all the logistics, there's no audience to perform for. There is just you. It's you versus you, babe. All right? First things first, I'm going to start what everyone starts with, and it's a vision board. Now, hold on. Don't click off just yet. I personally love vision boards. That is what I look forward to every time the New Year's comes around. Every time it's time for me to, start reinventing myself. It's my favorite part of the year is to, just really lock in and just become a new version of myself, and rebrand is what I like to call it. And it all starts with my vision board. And the really important part of the vision board that I want you to understand is that it does work. I know it's kind of cringy, and it's kind of like, this is so cliche. I don't want to make a vision board, but I'm telling you it works, and I'm gonna show you now. So this is my vision board. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll put it on the screen right there. So that was my vision board for 2024. And I just want to share a few of the goals that I accomplished. Now, I just want to disclaim that I did not meet all my goals that were on my vision board, and that's okay. You're not meant to. You're just supposed to meet, some of them, a few of them. You're not going to meet every single goal every single year, and that's fine. I personally am okay with that. I know it's going to happen, and I've accepted that fact. But the ones that I really wanted to happen, they definitely happened, and they happened within a good time frame, around the middle of the year, which is exactly what you want when you make a vision board, because that is your timeline of manifestation. Whether you believe in that or not, I'm telling you, just make a vision board. I'm telling you, it's so helpful to just visualize your goals. So one of them, in the top corner, I have a bank account. I did have a goal, a money, like a number that I wanted to meet this year. I didn't meet it. And I'm okay with that, because when I made this goal, I did not have a job. I didn't have no income. I was a brokey. I'm going to be honest. I was a brokey. So step one was to get a job, and then midway through the year, after trial and tribulations and hard work, I got a job, and I'm now making money, and I'm okay. So I didn't meet my number goal, but I definitely met this goal. And I say, boom, check. Money, check off the list. The second thing was I wanted my license and I wanted a car. Now, Not too much on the fact of how late I got my license, okay? It was a struggle. Like if I could have gotten it when I turned 16, I would have, but life happens. But this goal this year, or yeah, 2024, I was like, I'm getting my license and then I'm getting a car. Like this is it. This is the year. And I was so set and determined that literally I started a GoFundMe to get a car. Guess what? It low-key worked. It low-key worked. So I had some help from family, friends, and obviously from the fact that I got a job. And I was able to get my license, boom, in September. And then, like, when did I get my car? I think I got it like 2 months later. I got a car. Those are my top 2 goals for 2024, and I met them. I don't care how long it took, and I don't care if my other goals didn't meet. Those were at the top of my list, and I accomplished them. So boom, license, check. Car, check. Money, check. Hello. Another one that I had on here was like going to a concert or like a WNBA game, maybe another hockey game. I didn't go to the sports games, but I did go to a concert, unplanned. I wasn't even sure if I was like really gonna go. I went to go see Janae Aiko. Probably should have started with that, but yeah, I went to go see her, and my friend, she was like, oh my gosh, she's coming to the city I live in. She was like, we should go, and I was like, I don't know, and she's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm buying tickets. And then we went, and it was so fun, and I'm so happy I went. And then I realized, like a few months ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I put that on my vision board that I wanted to go to like a concert or like a venue, something at a venue, and I did it and I accomplished it. And guess what, I'm going to another concert next year. So yeah. Another thing was starting a podcast. Was I consistent with it? No. Did it blow up? No. Was that my goal? No. My goal was to start it, and I did start it and I accomplished that goal. So podcast check. In 2025, I'm bucking down and getting this podcast going. For all my lovely friends who have been asking for a new episode, I appreciate you guys so much for pushing me to really lock down on this goal that I had at the start of last year, bringing it into the new year, and I put it on my vision board, and it came true. And among the other things that didn't happen, the things that I really did want to happen, that I put on my vision board and I put on my like New Year's goals or New Year's resolution, they did happen, and I owe it to my vision board. So what I do to make my vision board, I just go on Pinterest, right? I just go on Pinterest. I find pictures that represent my goals. Like I don't do anything too specific. I leave it pretty vague, and then I print them out and I put them on this like cork board thing that I have, because I didn't know what to do with the cork boards, and I just started to make it my vision board cork board. Yeah. And I put it on my wall, so then when I wake up, I see it every day. Every day I see my vision board, and it just reminds me of like, I have these goals, let me work towards these goals. And I feel like that has really helped me stay in the state of like, I have goals, I want to accomplish them, because every time I've written them down and I've like made a list, or I made something in a notebook where I don't see it every day, if I don't open it, I notice it just I don't know, like I need to visually see my goals every day. And it helps me remind myself like, oh yeah, I made these goals, let me stick with them. Because the whole thing people can't do in New Year's is remember their resolutions that they made at the start. And a vision board, putting it up on your wall or on your lock screen. I always make a new lock screen for my computer, so when I open to do work, I'm like, oh yeah, success. That is one of my goals, right? And I see it every day, every time I need to like do work, and it's very encouraging, and I feel like it's also very motivating, because I was like, I want to look like my Pinterest board. I want to do what my Pinterest girlies are doing too. Okay, next step is making functional goals. This is where I think a lot of people struggle, and I have also struggled, but I have learned to make goals that are actually going to work. And the trick is to make them specific enough to make a path that you can achieve them, but vague enough to where you could still feel like you accomplished something, Like I had a bank account on my vision board, right? I didn't say no limit, and granted I wrote it down, but I was like, I just want to get money. That was my goal, get money. And I got money, so I still feel like I accomplished something because I got a job, I get money, and I'm still growing that aspect of myself, instead of like I want to make 10K and then be like, damn, I didn't make 10K, why I thought I could make 10K, I don't know, but that's like another thing. So like instead of saying I want to go to the gym consistently, crickets, because I know we've all been there, speaking from experience, say I'm going to go to the gym or work out like 4 days a week. Matter of fact, make it 3, because the most important way to make a functional goal is to start small. I have the most horrendous sleep schedule you could even imagine. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm telling you, my sleep schedule is so bad. Me trying to wake up at 6 in the morning for a week is not it. It's not sustainable, for one, and it's not gonna last. I know it's not. So what I'm doing, or trying to do anyways, is to go to sleep a little bit earlier every night, so then I wake up a little bit earlier every morning, so either whether that's an hour, like hour by hour, day by day, eventually I will start waking up 6 a.m. and it won't feel like my body is betraying me, because I need my sleep. And I honestly, I don't care when I get my sleep. I just need to make sure I get it. But I want to wake up earlier. So now I need to care about when I get my sleep, if that makes sense. Another thing that I think could be avoided when you go into the new year and you're making your New Year's resolution is to not go to extreme. I want to talk about the 75 hard challenge. I think that is so detrimental. Low-key, like I see the TikToks of people are like, oh, this is so good, like you should try it. But I know after those 75 days, you're just going to revert back to your old habits, because it's such a emotional and mental toll that it takes for your soul. Like January 1st comes around and they're like, all my dreams are going to come true because it's January 1st. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to start eating healthy. And it lasts for like about a week, maybe 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky. But it just doesn't last throughout the whole year. And the reason is because it's such a extreme change that you just can't adapt to it very easily. Like it's not gonna last, So you might feel good for those first 2 weeks, but it's going to be really hard emotionally and mentally, and that is when goals do not get accomplished. So if you want to cut something out or add something pretty extreme to your lifestyle, it's much easier to do it slowly than to do it cold turkey, and just take your time with it, give yourself some grace, don't feel too hard on yourself, because you got 365 days to meet your goals. Losing one is not gonna end it all. Okay, now that your functional goals are set, you're asking yourself, how do we stay consistent? So first off, I want you to find the areas in your life where you are consistent, where you are disciplined, and ask yourself, why are you like this in these areas and not in others? For me, I'm very disciplined and consistent when it comes to work, my job, and when it comes to my practice for the sports that I play. I was literally at work. Imagine me wiping down the window, okay, of my work. Just imagine me wipe down the window, and as I'm opening the store, and I'm thinking to myself, gosh, I do not want to be here at 9 a.m. But I got up anyways, and I got ready, and I left my house and I came here. I wonder why I can do that for work, but I struggle so much to wake up early in the morning for school. I care about my grades. I care about school. Yeah, I'm more disciplined with work and practice than I am with my school and going to class. So that's when I realized I can be disciplined and I can be consistent. I just have to figure out what motivates me for work and apply it to things that I want to be consistent. I want to be motivated on, like school. That's why I'm quiet at work, is because I just ponder. Honestly, I'm a philosopher. I was thinking to myself, I'm still wiping down this window, and I was thinking about school and how I'm, like, why I struggle so much to stay of locked down on my schoolwork and going into classes. And one of the things was procrastinating. I do struggle with procrastinating. And so a few weeks back, I looked up this, or I found this video. A video on YouTube came up, and it was like this TED Talk thing, and how it was like how to stop procrastinating. And I clicked on it so fast. I was like, that's what I need. Because finals were on their way, and I just got I was nearing the end of the quarter. I was freaking out, because I had, one second I had one missing assignment, and then all of a sudden finals are next week, and I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I need to lock in. What am I going to do? And so the first thing she said in this video was that you are not a procrastinator. Gotta stop saying yourself. Stop telling yourself you are a procrastinator. It's just because you're not. What she said was that procrastinating it's not a trait. It's not a personality trait. It's a coping mechanism, actually. It's not even a habit. It's a coping mechanism. I'm going to link the video down below if you want to watch it. And I definitely recommend it because it made so much sense. But yeah, you have to change. It has to be an identity change about you are not a procrastinator. You just procrastinate. And stop identifying yourself as being a procrastinator, because then you're never going to get out of it. I go, you know what? Damn right I'm not a procrastinator. Gosh, what even is that? And so what she said was that the coping mechanism of procrastinating comes from stress or being overwhelmed. So that's why a lot of people, finals come up, work stuff comes up, you get really stressed, you procrastinate. And in my head, I was thinking, oh, well, my stress is coming from the fact that I'm not doing my work. But how she put it was that, subconsciously, you not doing your work for that little extra time relieves stress. And that releases dopamine, and you just keep doing it, keep doing it. It's like a drug. You just keep doing it until it's last minute, and now you're rushing, And so how to break that cycle is to acknowledge, because we do it subconsciously, you don't tell yourself, I'm gonna procrastinate. You're like, I'll do it in 10 minutes. I'll do it in 15 minutes. To consciously make a note of when that thought train of procrastinating is coming into the station. You just got to be like, stop, kick the train off the rails, stop the train, and count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and get up and do it. And I know that sounds easier said than done, but I've tried it, and I will say it works, because once you stop that thought of I'll just wait a little bit and it will be fine, you'll just be like, actually, I don't have anything to lose from doing it right now. I'm just gonna go do it right now. So, and honestly, the countdown, sometimes I'm stressed and overwhelmed. I'm just always stressed, and I do the countdown, and it honestly gets me hype. It gets me so hype. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do my work. Yeah, I'm gonna be successful, and it gets me so hype. So that same identity switch goes for other aspects of your life and these other goals that you want to set. So if you want to start reading books, instead of saying, I'm going to read 7 books, say, I am a reader, or I will become a reader, as your goal. That way, you may not meet 7 books by the end of the year, but you'll meet 5, because you're a reader. Because you're a reader, damn it, okay? And that's another form of an identity switch that you could use. So instead of saying, my room is messy because I'm just a messy person, you're not a messy person, Instead say, my room is messy because I haven't cleaned it yet. I'm going to clean it. Okay? And just saying it makes me feel so much better about myself, because I know I'm not a messy person. My room is just messy because I'm a busy gal. Okay? I'm a busy girl, and I just need to find the time to do it, but I will do it eventually. I know that. And like I said, you have 365 days in the year to change and to make your goals and to meet your goals. Losing one day is not gonna set you back as much as you think. If you stayed this far in the episode, I'm so grateful for you, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I want everyone to know watching this that 2025 is the year where we elevate, where we become the best, healthiest, happiest version of ourselves. No matter what's going on around us, it's always you versus you. And definitely stay tuned, because all of 2025 I'm going to be making these elevate yourself videos and become your best version of yourself. So if you're into that, and if you also want that for your life, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, and follow my Instagram at talkswithkiya, TikTok at talkswithkiya. I'll be posting on there more. And yeah. How to stay consistent, making functional goals, vision board, moving in silence. Is that all I want to talk about? Yeah.